Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is that time of the year and I have never been happier for a year to end than this year. So as you guys know, I do my annual yearly favorites every year, and I do split up my Colourpop and my regular favorites because there's always a ton of Colourpop. I want my favorites videos to be extremely long because it would probably be an hour if I did everything combined. We are going to be doing my favorite Colourpop products of 2020, so all the things that launched this year. I had to like really go back and look at actually what launched this year because I don't remember anything. I feel like this year was such a blur and I don't remember anything. I specifically don't remember anything from July to like October. It really just right over my head. But anyway, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. I have my little list right here. I have my little box of products and I'm super excited because as a thank you for all of the love, specifically on my Colourpop videos. Obviously, you guys love and always come to my Colourpop videos for reviews and everything for the launches, and I just can't say thank you enough for all the support on them. So as a thank you, me and Colourpop are going to be giving one of you guys a $250 Colourpop gift card. I will tell you guys the rules and how to enter and everything at the end of the video. Yeah, so stay tuned until the end. Super thankful, and I'm so happy to be able to do that for you guys because I know we all love Colourpop here. So thank you to Colourpop for allowing me to give you guys a gift card because that is amazing. Anyways, I don't want this video to be super long. I mean, it's probably going to be long anyway, but let's just get into it. And also, if you guys want to pick up any of my favorites that I'm talking about today, you guys can use my code. It is just KATRINA and it'll save you 10% off the Colourpop website. We're going to start off, I have my list right here, but I'm going to talk about my favorite product from Colourpop this year. Hands down, I think it is the best thing that they've ever launched. That is the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Foundation. Oh my god, this foundation is incredible. It's literally the only foundation I use now. Like, I don't use another foundation. Ever since this came out, I have not touched another one until my Fenty one that I did yesterday. This foundation, chef's kiss. It is everything I could possibly ask for in a foundation. It's hydrating, but it's not super dewy. It just gives you like the most beautiful finish ever. I have it on right now. It's literally like the only foundation I wear. It just sits on my skin so beautifully. It has like the most perfect medium coverage. It is just so good. I remember when this launched, I was so excited because I love the Pretty Fresh concealer, and now every single time I do my makeup, I literally only use like the Pretty Fresh products. Even I still use the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer, although I don't use it that much anymore because I don't go anywhere. I would use that like when I would go to work or like to the store. I don't do that anymore, so the only time I do actually wear makeup is when I film and I do a full face of makeup, so I don't really ever wear the tinted moisturizer that often anymore. Still do, but just not as much. But every day I use the Pretty Fresh primer, which this came out last year. It was in my last year's favorites. So my number one holy grail primer. I use this with the foundation and the Pretty Fresh concealer. This is my holy grail base routine right here. So Pretty Fresh foundation, probably the best thing that they've launched this year. I love it so much, and I know so many people love this foundation too. Like, I don't think I've seen too many negative reviews on it. I'm sure there is, but from at least from like people that I follow and I see like use it and stuff, I definitely think this was like the foundation of the year for sure. Like, I love it so much. Okay, let's move on. The next thing, I have a lot of palettes. Should I talk about palettes? Should I just like go in order? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Most of my products are palettes because I feel like that's what stuck out to me the most. Palettes always stick out to me. So you know what? I'll do the palettes last since there's the most of them. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the Luxe glosses. I'll have them in the box because I just think it looks really pretty and aesthetically pleasing to look at. So, but I still use these all the time. This is definitely my favorite gloss formula from Colourpop. I love them so much. My favorites are, let me tell you, I come out with a lot of Luxe glosses since then in like different collections, but the original ones that came out, I still love them so much. Come Through is my favorite. I also really love Slow Motion. I think Slow Motion is the one I've used the most, but Come Through is like second. And the one I have on right now with a lip liner is Tied Up. I love this one so much. They're so good. I love the formula. They are like a little bit thicker, but they're not super thick. It's like a gel consistency. It's really weird, but I love these so much. And like I said, they've definitely come out with a lot of Luxe glosses since the original launch, which I think was in like February or something, because I remember I did a video swatching them before Corona happened. So I think it was like somewhere earlier this year. But yeah, these have definitely been a fave of mine, and every time they're in a collection I get really excited because I love them so much. So the next product, I also have these still in the box because I like the packaging. I always keep stuff in packaging, like it's really weird, don't judge me, but I lost a couple of them. I'm sure they're like in my purses or something. But Luxe lip oils are so good. Definitely another one of my faves from this year. These are actually the ones I use the most, besides the clear one, which I cannot find anywhere. Don't know where it went. But that one I really liked just to, oh wait, I have one right here. Wow, I literally just found it. See what happens when I actually look for things. This was like my fave. I would wear this just like on its own, and then I couldn't find it. It was literally like, I just saw it. It was like hidden behind my like brushes right here. Now I know where it's at. But yeah, Dewdrop is so good because I literally would just throw this on like through the day, and it was so nice on the lips. These are super like hydrating, but they're not like slippery oily, if that makes sense. They're just really nice, and I love Hot Shot and Playa Vista. These came out with the Wild Nothing collection, and I love these so much. And like I said, there's definitely been Luxe lip oils that have come out since the original launch, but I just happen to always use the ones that originally came out. But yeah, these three are definitely my favorite. Dewdrop, Hot Shot, and Playa Vista. I want them to come out with more. I want more colors. I need them. Just throw this in here real quick because this is also from the same collection. This was the Wayfarer blush from the Wild Nothing collection. I use this blush so much. I leave it in like my top drawer. Anything that makes it to my top drawer is like a holy grail. This is just like the perfect like peachy blush. I love it so much. I just love the color of it. I have it on right now. I kind of added a little bit more of another blush just because it was kind of like it was a little bit lighter for this eye makeup. I kind of looked washed out, but on an everyday basis, I do love this blush. I think it's so pretty. It's like the perfect peachy like blush with a little bit of shimmer in it. It's not super shimmery, but I love this little blush right here. There was another one that came out with this collection. I don't really remember it. This one though has stayed in my top drawer. We're gonna go and move on, start moving into the palettes because some of these aren't like part of the collection that I'm talking about. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about, which I think maybe Colourpop's best collection this year, definitely broke the internet like multiple times. This collection was insane, like to say the least. So that is Sailor Moon. The craziness that happened with this collection, like I can't even like comprehend. It sold out like instantly. They restocked, sold out instantly, like, and then people were so mad because it wasn't being restocked, but like it was because of like COVID and like all that stuff. And then yeah, it was so hard to get like your hands on it. Like, oh my, it was insane. But I wanted to include it in here because I love this collection. It was definitely what I remember the most. Honestly, when I think of like collections that launched this year, this is like one of the ones that like is in like lives rent free in my head. It was such a good collection. So the palette I really like. I thought it was really cute. Like, you know, it was okay. It wasn't like the best palette ever, but like the packaging and everything like really sold it, honestly. And I thought it was a really cute like spring palette. It was perfect for the time that it came out, and yeah, it was really cute. But the things that stuck out to me the most and that I still use till this day are the blushes from this collection. The packaging on this whole collection was just so cute. The little like this type of packaging was adorable. Same with the palette. I just love how this palette looks. Like, it's just adorable. But Cat's Eye blush, oh my god, I love this blush so much. It was like the perfect blush ever. I'm gonna apply some right now because I love it so much. It has a little bit of sparkle in it, and it's just perfect. I love this blush so much, and I've definitely used this. This also stays in my top drawer because I love it. I use it all the time. And from the Moon, even though like it looks very bright, it has come in handy a couple times when I needed a really bright pink blush. This is also a really nice eyeshadow. I like pink eyeshadow, so but definitely Cat's Eye blush for sure was like a standout to me this year. I think this was actually the blush that kept selling out too. The collection as a whole though definitely like was a very big like thing that I remember the most from 2020. So I think I'm starting to move into like collections now. The next thing that I'm gonna talk about is the That's Taupe collection. This is a collection that I did not think I was gonna like because I don't know, it wasn't like anything that like really I was like, oh, whatever. But when I used it, oh my god, I feel like this is honestly like since it came out, I use this palette a lot. Like I say this all the time, it's always those palettes that you never think that you're gonna like, and you end up using them the most. I used this palette a lot since it came out. It came out that long ago, but like I remember like I was just using this just to like throw something on. It's like a really good everyday palette, especially like taupes. I mentioned before that I was like a big taupe person because Naked 2 was my favorite palette ever, and this just gives me the same vibes. I also love the highlighter that came out with this collection, Seismic. So good. I have it on right now. Love this so much. And yeah, this palette was definitely a standout for me as well. I asked you guys on Instagram too, like what your guys' favorite products that came out this year were, and a lot of them, I wasn't even like asking for Colourpop, but most of you guys said Colourpop products. Obviously we're like all the same here, and most of you guys said this palette. This whole collection, I feel like taupes are very underrated, and when they released taupes, everyone was super excited for it. Looking at like the answers, and yeah, a lot of people say the taupe collection that they've never really liked nude collections more, and that they're like more color, but like this was still a standout to them. Yeah, definitely that one for sure. I love the packaging on this. The whole collection like was so nice and like aesthetically pleasing with like this beige packaging. Adorable. Finish off with the collections, and then I will talk about like just palettes on their own. This, very recent, but if you guys watch that video, you guys will realize how shook I was. Was not excited for this collection at all. I was like, oh, okay, like another warm tone collection. This was it. I love this palette so much. The Big Poppy collection, this was like just launched like a couple weeks ago, and I've been obsessed ever since. This is like the perfect everyday palette for me. I love these warm orangey tones, rusty orange tones. So good. I love me an all matte palette. The lip products in this collection were everything. I love these lippy sticks, all three of them. The lip liners, all three of them. Perfection. Blushes that came out with this collection were good as well. Palette, so good. If you like the same like rusty orangey tones like I do, I love this palette. It is perfect for that, and it gives me like the perfect rusty smoky eye, and that's what I always like to do. So it really has everything that you need in this palette. It has crease colors, it has deepening crease colors, darker shades, a cream color. Perfect. This was definitely, I think, when I asked you guys on Instagram like what your favorite launch was this year, for sure, I think the most common answer was Kristi's collection, and for a good reason. This entire collection was chef's kiss perfect. I love this entire collection. Honestly, I have a lot of the products kind of like spread out everywhere on in my vanity. Like I have some stuff in my top drawer, some of the lip products in my like little lip holders. The eyeliners are with my eyeliners because I use pretty much everything from this collection very often. This palette is literally everything, and probably one of my favorite Colourpop palettes to exist. I love the colors in here. They're so pretty. The eyeliners that came out with it were so good. I love them. The lip products, the Super Shocks, everything was perfect. This entire collection definitely stands out to me the most from this year as well. I just absolutely love this palette though. Like the palette was definitely my favorite thing in the entire collection. Kristi just knows how to make a palette, that's for sure. This was it. I love this palette so much. The entire collection was definitely a huge favorite of mine from this year, and I still cannot be happier for Kristi, for her collection, for her baby. Just, I feel like she's had like the most amazing year, and that makes me so happy because like somebody needed a good year this year, you know, and she deserves it. And I just love it. The packaging on everything was so cute, and for sure this entire collection was a favorite of mine. Next one, like this collection kind of just like slipped people's mind, but this was another favorite of mine. Not the entire collection, well, some of the other products, but the palette in general, the Milan palette. This was like such a good neutral palette. Like I loved this palette when it first came out. You guys can see it's pretty dirty. I used it a lot. I was constantly using like this shade and this shade, and the shimmers in here were so nice, and this was such a good neutral palette, like especially because like for me at least, it has like that shimmery red in here, which I love. A palette that would work for like every single day, many different occasions. I also think it was a dupe for another big palette that launched this year from another brand, and it was good. It was a good time. So last couple products, and like I said, they are palettes. Next one I'm gonna talk about is definitely one of my favorites from this year. I love this palette so much. It is so cute, and that is the Child palette that came out. This collection made me so happy. Like in a time where I really wanted to be happy, this definitely did it. Like when I got this package, I literally cried happy tears because I was so excited for it. Did not disappoint. I love these olivey tone colors. Yes. Sorry, Gigi's over here like yawning and she just woke up from a nap. But yeah, so the colors in here were perfect. Such a good green palette because we have Just My Luck and Meant to Be, and this was exactly what I wanted from Colourpop, was like these like olivey tones, and just it was just perfect. Another one that a lot of you guys said on Instagram when I asked you guys what your guys' favorite product was this year, and definitely was this one. The packaging was so cute, it was so unexpected, and it just made me so happy, and it's still, every time I see it, I smile. This next palette was definitely so different and unique from what Colourpop usually comes out with. You know, Colourpop has a lot of different kinds of palettes, but a lot of the times they do come out with a lot of warm tone palettes sometimes, and this was so different, and that is the Baroque palette. This is like the perfect smoky like palette. I love it. It was definitely like a standout to me this year when I think of like palettes that I really, really loved. This is one of them. It's just so different. It's like this really beautiful like smoky blue gunmetal gray. It's just so pretty. I don't have any other palettes like this, and it's definitely unique to Colourpop because I feel like I said, it's either like neutrals or like really colorful, and I feel like they don't have enough like smoky palettes in their catalog of products, so this was definitely a favorite of mine. Performed beautifully, and I just love all the colors in here. There's no pressed glitters in this palette either. And that brings me to the next palette, which is the Stone Cold Fox palette. This was another favorite of your guys's as well from the messages that I got, and I love this palette because I don't have very many cool tones. Like, I don't, and I love that I have a huge palette of this as well now. It really has so many different colors in here to create so many different looks. I love that it has a matte black in here, a cream color, a white, and just pretty much every color in between. It really has everything that you would need in a cool tone palette. I actually was getting a lot of use out of this as well. I was just constantly dipping into it when I wanted to just get ready really fast. I was definitely really into like the cooler tones towards the end of the year, but then I used one warm tone palette and I was like, oh, I'm back. But I do love cool tones, and I definitely think that this was probably one of Colourpop's best products this year, because I know a lot of people love cool tones and they never really do cool tones that often. So I feel like that's the case with a lot of products too. People always ask for cool tones and brands just like never do it. And then like when it does come out, like everyone buys it. There's a like demand for cool tone eyeshadows out there, and this one is really good. I love this palette. You have Bare Necessities. I swear if you have Bare Necessities in this palette, like I don't think you ever need another palette. Like they're so like just essential, and I think it's like the perfect companion to Bare Necessities, which I believe was in my favorites last year. This is in my favorites this year because it is just so good and I love it. We are going to talk about the last one. This is actually the palette that I'm wearing and probably the most recent thing that they've launched, and that is the Wine and Only palette. At first I was kind of like, okay, like I like these tones, like I like it. It's not anything that we haven't seen before, but God, I love this palette. I love it. It's just, if you guys can't tell, I love this color, like wine, burgundy, and these are like typical everyday palettes for me. I just always use reds and like burgundies for everyday looks. Normal people are like, oh yeah, I'll throw in like a brown in the crease. Me, I'm like, let me throw on a red. What I like to use for everyday, like honestly, this is an everyday look for me. I love this look. Like this is something that I would just throw on really quick to just like go somewhere. And this was just perfect. I'm so happy that they have a 9-pan palette like this. You guys know that the 9-pans are my favorite, and I specifically like the plastic ones just because they look so nice when they're all stacked together, and I just love them. Every single shade in here is perfect. I love every single shade in here. Right now I have this shade, and the shimmer on my lid, but it's just so good, and I love this. Definitely one of my favorites from this year, and this also now lives in my top drawer where I keep all my favorite everyday products, so this was definitely a standout to me as well.
Okay, I can't believe I forgot to put this in here, probably because I can't even believe that this actually was this year, but my bundle with Colourpop was obviously a favorite of mine. I know that these products all came out last year, but my bundle did come out this year in January, I think. And that was definitely like the only highlight of my entire year. So, and that's because of you guys that actually happened. So I had to include it in here, and I just can't say thank you enough for that opportunity. It's all because of you guys.
Alright guys, so that is everything. I feel like I know I'm probably forgetting something, but I tried my best to remember exactly what came out this year from Colourpop because they launched so many things and I just forget sometimes, and also this year has just made me like completely scatterbrained, so I'm sure I forgot something, but oh well. So I did look up on the website right now. Some of the lip products are sold out, but a lot of them are still in stock. This like little lip gloss set is still in stock as well. I will link everything that I talked about down below. Sailor Moon is back in stock. Everything's in stock. The Child palette is in stock. Like a lot of stuff is in stock though, so that is nice. And now to the giveaway. I will leave all the rules in the description box as well, but let me kind of just go over what quickly. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and then also follow Colourpop on Instagram. I'm sure most of you guys are. Comment down below what your favorite Colourpop product was from this year, and also leave your Instagram handle in your comment as well. That way I can contact you if you win. So that's all you have to do. Like I said, I will leave those rules down below. I don't know exactly when I'm going to end the giveaway yet, but I will leave that down below for you as well. But anyways, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of your support on all my videos, but specifically Colourpop all the time. You guys are so supportive and so nice, and just always, it makes me so happy when you guys tell me that you wait for my videos to go up before you decide if you want to purchase something or not. That really means so much to me, and like I said, just thank you so much for the support this year, especially this year because I haven't been working since March, so all of your guys' support really means a lot and just has helped me out so much this year. So thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everyone who watches my videos, my Colourpop videos, uses my code specifically. Seriously, thank you. Like, I can never say thank you enough. You guys are seriously the best and so amazing, and I just love you guys so much. So that's why I'm so excited to be able to give back to you guys, because we all just collectively here love Colourpop so much. I'm just so excited for you guys to be able to win a huge gift card like that. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like I said, stay tuned for tomorrow's video, which will be the rest of my 2020 favorites from other brands that are just not Colourpop. And if I don't see you in my next video, then I just want to say thank you guys, and I hope you guys have, I'm sure 2020 has been rough, so I hope we all have a better 2021, seriously. Yeah, just seriously thank you guys for just being amazing, so understanding, and just being the best supporters ever. So anyways, I hope that you guys liked this video. If you guys did like this video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.